want you guys to go support Piston Mike. Y'all go to the subscribe button. He at 480 right now. Let's get him to 1,000, 100,000, 500,000, million subscribers as soon as possible, bid. Let's help him put it down. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. If you like the Pistons, you want to support me, think about sending me a donation. Best way you can help me right now is go subscribe over to Piston Mike and go help him get his numbers up, putting in work, hard work, smart work, dedicated work, consistent work. So make sure you go over there and appreciate that work. So remember, the name is Piston Mike, and I have a link in the description. If you have a problem finding it on YouTube, it'll be under source link or Piston Mike channel link in the description. Peace. All right, man. Let's talk about Tyson. I'm on the wrong video. Let's talk about Davion Mitchell potentially being the target, or should the Pistons target Davion Mitchell from the Kings? Now, apparently, the Kings said they want to build around. I don't know. It keep changing. They say they want to build around this guy. They want to build around that guy. I don't know. We want to keep Fox. We want to keep Hilbert. We want to trade Hilbert. We trade Fox. I'm not sure exactly, what they want to do. But, with Davion Mitchell kind of be a good fit, and should the Pistons be interested in, the Pistons are kind of also wavering too with thinking about trading Jerami Grant, saying they're not going to trade Jerami Grant. I'm going to talk about that later on in the live. So, bear with me on that aspect of it. But like I said before, man, it is what I mean. I watched some of this kid in the tournament last year. He was an Auburn guy, and he transferred to Baylor for whatever reasons it was. I forgot. Very shifty. But the question is, right? The $1 million question is, does he fit what they want? So you got to ask yourself a couple things about the Pistons. You got to say what their weaknesses are, and that's what I'm gonna talk about. That's what I'm gonna talk about. That's what I'm gonna talk about later on. In the live later on. I was gonna go early, but I got something I gotta do. So that's what we're gonna talk about. As far as that. But is he the right guy? You gotta ask yourself. People say, is K the point? If K the point guard and can run the point guard, then that saves us a lot of heartache. Then what you want next to him is the question. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, people say just get Buddy Hield, but then again, like I said before, you need somebody that's gonna run the offense. And if they're not gonna let K run the offense, and I'm aware that Killian had 14 assists without a turnover. Every time he do something, his fanboys jump up there and say he did something good. I think he was coming off the bench last night. But my thing is this: obviously, they know they got a problem with Killian. They know either he ain't got it, or the development is really, really slow. Right? All right. Whatever they do know, whatever they don't know, they know, right? All right. But obviously looking at the guard, and this guy's shifty. He's still learning. And that's the great thing about it. He's still learning. He's very shifty, athletic, can finish at the rim. He's starting to shoot the ball a lot better. The question is, can he run an offense? Or can K run an offense? Or you feel that Bay can run an offense? Or you can feel you get somebody in here that can run an offense? That's the $1 million question. People say, well, that's taking the ball out of K hands. I use the analogy with one of the best pure points you'll find in this era, with Rajon Rondo. You know what I'm saying? You had KG, he was good with the ball in his hands for years in Minnesota, and Paul Pierce for years, and years in Boston and stuff of that nature. So my whole thing was that Rajon Rondo, Paul Pierce didn't struggle to get a bucket at all. Paul Pierce did not struggle to get a bucket. So, pure point guard or point guard that can run a team is not going to take away from Cade Cunningham's ability to score. He going to still have the ball in his hands. It's just that he going to, somebody like Chris Paul, think about Devin Booker. You know what I'm saying? He make Devin Booker a way more efficient. That's what it is. He make the game easier for Devin Booker. So Booker ain't got to work for a shot like he used to have to work for a shot. His efficiency go down and his shot accuracy go down, his field goal percentage go down. He really ain't got to work for no shot. He really ain't got to work for no shot, bro. So that's something you got to think about. Imagine with Cade not really having to work for a shot and being able to move out the basketball, get his own bucket, and still be able to ISO and get his own bucket if you need to. So that's what you ask yourself about Davion Mitchell. He ain't really good defensively. That's the good thing about him. Defensively, he good. So I'm not really worried about his height because defensively he can get the job done. So I'm not really concerned about his height. Defensively, he can get the damn job done. So right in there with him being defensively gritty, that make him a Piston right there. Now, if he a little small, yeah, he a little small. But think about it. If you keep Cade in the backcourt, you already got a tall, you got a true two, a 6'6", whatever he is. You already got a true two. So I mean, you already got a true two guard. So I mean, so you can afford to have a little, not to have a little height in the backcourt. But I seen the other day and he made like what 4 threes the other game. So he improving, bro. I mean, when you think about trading for him, the free throw percentage is what also scares me at 59%, even though he taking a half free throw a game. So there are some concerns here. Let's see if we can find his college stats real quick. There are some concerns here. See if we can find his college stats. Let me see. So we get this ball rolling. See, I want to see what he shot. Oh yeah, that's the concern right here. Free throws. You can't have a point guard who can't shoot free throws. So he had a concern shooting threes, shooting free throws at college. So, and maybe, that's something that you can work on. But that scared me. Tony Parker wasn't like the best he wasn't the best free throw shooter neither. You got Cade who can shoot free throws, and depending who you put around him, Bay who can shoot free throws. But I mean, that's the issue. So now you in a situation where you got a guy who can't shoot free throws. Let me zoom in so y'all see this. Can't shoot free throws. This is his college stats, has trouble shooting free throws, and that's always a scare. When you a point guard, you as shifty as he is, he gonna get to the rack, not being able to hit free throws. You know what I'm saying? His shooting stroke, I was watching him shoot some threes before I came on. He really like 6 feet. His shooting stroke looked pretty, it looked pretty good. It looked real good. His shooting stroke. So I'm not exactly sure what happened or didn't happen. You know what I'm saying with him, but but we're gonna have to wait and see. But like I said before, shooting stroke, I watched him, it looked pretty good. It looked really good. So I don't know, like, what's the issue? It's just repetition. That's what free throws is repetitious. Performance repetitious, your whole, whatever your I can't whatever your cadence is. I want to say cadence, but whatever your routine is, you go through the free throw line, they usually tell you to keep it short. Whatever that is, we have to see. But to me, he fit. He'd be nice. He played defense, so right then and there, that kind of probably make up for some other things that he do or don't do. Shifty, good defender. I mean, right then and there, he might not have the length to match up with Killian or match Killian length or K length in the backcourt, but he a willing defender. He already a really good defender coming into the league. So that's one thing you get the defense. The only question I have about him is will the free throws come and the shot come, and then on top of that, you got to teach him how to run an offense. Can he run an offense? Or can you get Cade to run an offense? If that's the case, if Cade to run an offense, then I don't know. I think you still bring him in here. He can just do what he do and score. But eventually, if Cade get in foul trouble, he gonna need to know how to run an offense. He gonna need to know how to run an offense. So then again, he got weaknesses, free throw shooting. This was a guy that that was rumored to be, to go even higher than when he did what he with. So he got ball handle, he can get it, can you turn him into the question is, can you turn him into a one? So that's the only question I got. I like him. I do him. Like, let's kind of see how I'm start doing these. I'm gonna show y'all how financially it stacked up. How about that? I think that'd be informative because we got a lot of confusion about draft picks. We got a lot of confusion about how the salary match up, this, that, and the third. So let's see how this joint match up real quick. And let's see how I go. But so you see Davion Mitchell contract. Look it up. He signed his contract. Let's see. I like to use Sports Track. So there we go. So let's see how exactly he stack up as far as the so he making well, I said Davion Mitchell. They put Davion Mitchell in there. Hold on. Let's kind of get to the gritty mitty. They don't even have his contract in there. See what we get here. So okay, he around the 4 million mark right now. Jerami Grant around the 20 million mark. So actually make this work, I have to throw in somebody else in there. So Buddy Hield, he makes a lot. They also trade Rashard Holmes, which I don't know how interested we'll be in Rashard Holmes. That's probably kind of the comp that Isaiah Stewart is going to be. But let's kind of look at some other guys. So let's see what Buddy Hield contract is. It's around 20, I believe. I could be wrong. Yeah, annually 23 this season. He's banking 22. So right then and there, you have to put somebody in there to match up depending on the cap space the Detroit got. Put somebody in there so it'll be somebody else and Davion Mitchell, somebody else and Jerami Grant going to Sacramento for Buddy Hield and Davion Mitchell. Would I do it without draft picks? Probably so. That's fine. That's adequate. Then you say kind of where does Buddy Hield fit? Kind of like the Lou Williams for me, coming off the bench shooting. In that situation, I mean, obviously, I heard they took Hellburn and them off the run, and you said, well, can we end up with Bagley too? I mean, it's possible. Bagley's making probably solid money. He was the top 2 pick, I believe. So yeah, Bagley's in the 11 million mark. So I mean, Bagley getting paid. So you probably throwing a guy like Kelly Olynyk in there. I hate to throw Kelly Olynyk in there, but he's the second highest paid guy on the roster, depending on what he making. And you go down. Well, he at the 12 mark. So I mean, realistically, I don't know how much space the Pistons do or don't have. Realistically, you're looking at Mitchell, Bagley. If y'all like Bagley, Buddy Hield, you look at Jerami Grant, Kelly Olynyk. And you got to find somebody else in the Pistons to make this work. I'm just doing guesstimations. So you got to find somebody else on the Pistons and that's going to make this work. So, this is a good one. They probably don't want to guard back. Let's look at Trey Lyles contract. That's if you throwing in Marvin Bagley. Because here you go. Jerami Grant and, Buddy matchup. Olynyk and Bagley matchup. So then it might depend on how much cap space they got. Probably throw somebody like Josh Jackson in there somewhere, Trey Lyles in there, something like that. But you don't lose both big guys. So, yeah, I'm interested in Davion for sure. I'm definitely interested. Shifty, the free throws concern me. And then eventually I'll get to another video where I talk about, how the other two or 3 or 4 point guards the Pistons may be targeting, how they all match up together. But like I said before, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's he's 23, he's not a finished product. A lot of people saying, well, Shaq Holmgren too small or this guy don't have enough weight on. They kids. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even hit that grown man body yet. You know what I'm saying? These jokers, these guys kids. Think about that for a minute. They kids. You talking about, he ain't strong enough. Was you strong enough at 20-something years old? Some people was. But you talking about kids. You talking about some kids. That's what we talking about. Kids. They don't get bigger, stronger. They don't get in the weight room. All types of stuff. All types of stuff. So like I said, it ain't the end all be all. But Mitchell Shifty, break you down, get to the room. Yeah, I mean, we got questions to be. The questions to be asked here is that question to be asked here is is Mitchell's free throw concerning, and also is that a concern, or you could can K run the one, can Mitchell run the team? It's all concerns right there. Gotta figure it out. But I think Mitchell can run the team. I think his free throws will get better. He a baller, a gamer, all that Skip Bayless be saying this lane. But I appreciate the love, support. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button, the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. Go live, drop a video. Want to drop a financial donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal in the description. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Peace.